Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Asafa Paul retires from track and field after nearly 2 decades. One of the most enduring sprinters of all times, Asafa Powell, has retired from track and field after nearly 2 decades. The Jamaican made the announcement via Twitter on Saturday, November 26, 3 days after celebrating his 40th birthday. "Was a great week of celebrating my birthday and officially putting down my spikes, opening a new chapter in my life," Powell tweeted. The former world record holder last raced in May 2021, according to World Athletics. He did not compete at Jamaica's Olympic trials last year. Conditioned at the Papine, St. Andrew-based MVP track and field club at the height of his career, Powell competed at 4 Olympic Games: Athens 2004, Belgium 2008, London 2012, and Rio 2016. He was part of the Jamaican 4x100-meter relay team that won gold in Rio. Powell also has his distinction of running under 10 seconds over 100 meters, an astounding 97 times, the most by an athlete. He last did it in September 2016. He also held the world record twice for 2005 and 2008, setting a mark of 9.77 at the Athens Super Grand Prix in 2005, before lowering the mark to 9.74 at the Diamond League on September 9, 2007. His world record was subsequently broken by his countryman Usain Bolt, who was in attendance on Wednesday as Paul celebrated his birthday. Of note is that Paul is the fastest man in history without an Olympic or World 100-meter title. The other men who ran 9.77 or faster Bolt, Jamaican Ewan Blake and the American Maurice Green, have won both or one of the two big titles. Powell has won 2 individual world championships, bronze medal, as well as the Commonwealth Games 100-meter gold in 2006. He also won gold medals as part of the Jamaica 4x100-meter team at the 2009 and 2015 World Championships. Bolt, his longtime friend, who was present at his birthday party on Wednesday, told Paul to enjoy his retirement. "Feel free to put on some weight like me," Bolt joked. Opposition continues to express concerns about the Sixth Form Pathways program. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) continues to express concerns about the Sixth Form Pathways program and how it's been run. The Sixth Form Pathways program requires that students continue up to grade 13, exist in the formal education system at age 18, with an associate degree or its equivalent. Speaking with teachers at the meeting in Manchester recently, opposition leader Mark Golden said enough resources are not being allocated to the program. He noted that many of the students engaged in the high school continuation initiative did not want to participate.
And then we have some new policies that have been thrust onto schools, like the pathway, the Sixth Form Pathway program, which is a bit of a mess as I understand it, because the resources and arrangements to accommodate that were not really put in place. So you have schools who are now taking students back after completing what we call fifth form, and they don't have the additional resources to cope with that. So you have students who are in school still, some of them don't even want to be there, and the parents may not even particularly want to have them there, but I guess it reduces the unemployment numbers, because these are for others would otherwise be looking jobs, and they're in school again. But it's not, to my mind, a well thought out thing, and the necessary arrangements have not been put in place to make it successful.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness reacts to the Senate voting.
I've just received a very disappointing news that the opposition senators could not find it in themselves to support a measure that would save Jamaican lives. I must say, however, that I'm not surprised. The opposition had given signs, indicated that regardless of whatever convincing arguments we would provide, they would not support the state of public emergency. There is no question whatsoever of the effectiveness of the tool. Contrary to what they have tried to position in the minds of Jamaicans, the state of public emergency is constitutional and no court has ruled otherwise. And therefore, the tool is lawful and it is effective. nothing else should really matter other than those two critical points. Points about consultations, points about whether or not they got the regulations in time. Those are points that we would not dismiss. They are not entirely true, the claims that they are making around them. But certainly, one would have to take the position that if the measure saves lives, if the measure is going to keep Jamaicans safe, if the measure improves security, if the measure gives strategic and additional resources to our police force to carry out their work, then all the other issues are secondary indeed to that. And so I have to now be thinking in my mind, do we have an opposition that will cooperate to conquer this crime problem that we have? Do we have an opposition that really and truly has the interest of Jamaica at heart? Or is it the case that their interest is to see the crime monster get out of control for them to reap the political benefit? These are valid questions that the Jamaican people must ask. Where is the interest of the opposition? Is it with saving the lives of the people? I think today the opposition's commitment to Jamaica is in question.
Prime Minister Holness said, "I want to warn the gunmen that the security forces have intensified their search for those in possession of illegal firearms."
Security forces have intensified their search operations targeting guns and ammunition. But I want to be clear, they are also targeting the persons in possession. Before, the strategy was, tell us where the illegal guns are. That's still the strategy. But now the strategy is we are searching to find not just the gun, we want to get you, the person with the gun. Madam Speaker, gun can't fire itself. A buried gun is not a problem gun. The problem gun is the one that you have on your hip or in your hand that you are pointing. So, Madam Speaker, the security forces have intensified their search. Every morning I get a report. This morning I got a report of the number of searches conducted. This morning they searched several premises and they discovered one 9mm weapon with several rounds of ammunition. But for the past 3 days, we have basically been, since the end of the amnesty, we have basically been doing one or so weapons discovered, in addition to arresting persons who have been caught in possession. And we will be intensifying those operations. I just want the country to be prepared that when people are saying the murder rate is high and government must do something, the records will show that the Andrew Holness-led administration did something about it. Because the Andrew Holness-led administration doesn't get any credit when we are doing things, you know. We get cost for everything. But we have to be the ones to constantly place the good news in front of the people, because that is our job. And we are doing a phenomenal job given the monumental challenges that this country faces.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the current level of murder across our country poses a monumental threat to freedom and democracy.
We have never accepted as normal the murder rate of over 1,000 persons each year in a free and democratic society. We believe that such high murder rates are a threat to freedom
and democracy of the society, and that the existence of such high rates of murder demonstrably justifies the use of emergency powers to protect the right to life of the law-abiding citizens from the lawless and marauding few in our society. We see the current levels of murder as an emergency, and we invite the opposition to share this perspective in having the recently declared state of public emergency extended.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell